Christopher Petri. All right. Congratulations. And here it is. All right. Graduation, and let's hear your valedictory speech now.
Well, just thank you. It's been real and it's been fun, but it's been real fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see, compared to where you were, let's say, a year ago, 18 months ago?
Yeah, my life has totally changed around. Now I got kids, you know, I got new respect for life. You know, the drug court helped me through all that. You know, I simply thank you for being so, you know, respectful and, you know, honest about it.
Well, good. You've done great. I remember Chris's mom came to my office and she sought some assistance. And of course I couldn't help because I kind of knew what was going to happen with myself. But she was distraught over what was going on with you in your life. And I can honestly say from personal experience that she's got to be one of the happiest people in the world today. I don't know if she's here. And so on behalf of Judge Mackey and myself, I'm handing you what's known as a dismissal order, which effectively dismisses the charges of aggravated possession of drugs and receiving stolen property with prejudice, meaning they can never be filed against you.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's your certificate of achievement awarded to Tyler Furmage for successfully completing all the requirements of Ashtabula County Drug Court. Congratulations, and you know, I have seen such a change in this man since he came to the drug court. You have accepted the responsibility as a parent. When you came in, let's say you might have been a little on the sullen side. That's fair to say?
That's it.
And I see you smiling and happy and bringing up your childhood drug court, and it just is such a great achievement. So let's hear your graduation speech now.
All right, graduation speech. When I first came in, drug court was not something I wanted to be anything of a part of. You know, it was hard. And I don't know. It wasn't that I wanted, you know, change my life, but it was the fact that I had to admit, you know, something I didn't want to admit, and that I had to change myself. But it was nice to have people that, you know, actually really cared and wanted to help me change my life, you know. I don't know, I have to thank, you know, just many people that did help. Dia, I don't know if she's here, but I know she was the one that first helped me admit that I was an addict, and that was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to admit. And Jason for, you know, being there when I needed to talk, and all my drug court friends. It was life-changing, it really is. But yeah, I appreciate you, Judge Mackey. You know, I'm sorry to hear that it's the last run, but it might be for the best.
The aggravated possession of drugs felony charge that was filed against you, it's gone forever. So, congratulations. Marlene, I have seldom seen a change in a person that I have seen in you. Your life, you could write a story, a life story, and it would be an inspiration, believe me. And I don't know how much of it you want to share with me, but anyway, you have just overcome so many things, starting very young, far on the West Coast, and migrating here to Ohio, which of course you foresaw us being, you know, champions of the world on the stage. But I'm very, very proud to present this certificate of achievement to you as completing all the requirements of Ashtabula County Drug Court. Right. And let's see. You left school when you were 13, so you didn't get a chance to make a valedictorian speech. So am I right on that? Okay, all right. So let's hear it.
I want to thank everybody, starting with Dia, Jason, Joanne, everybody from Turning Point, my sponsor, all of my support group, because this is really something, I think I was one of the biggest ones in denial. I did not want to admit anything. Wow. If someone, I could honestly say I never thought I was going to get the certificate. I honestly really didn't. I would have never been able to do this without my kids, without my daughters, because they've been my biggest supporters. Without all of the drug court team, honestly, Lois, I love you. I'm really kind of speechless right now because I honestly never saw my life changing as much as it has changed. This has been one of my biggest accomplishments, honestly. I didn't see this happening. I was almost giving up. I had already given up. So without you guys, I really thought I was going to end up dead, and I was really surprised that the street hadn't already killed me. So I thank you guys, all of you. I really do.
The possession of cocaine felony charge that's been filed against you as well. Congratulations.
Tell me a little bit about your story to begin with, how you went from where you were to where you are now.
Before I came to this process 21 months ago, I was heading to the end of my life. I mean, my life just kept getting worse and worse. I couldn't get out of bed without having drugs to make me feel normal. I tried rehabs, detoxes, Suboxone programs, IOPs. Nothing worked until I came into this process, and I'm very, very grateful for it. And today, my kids have their mom back. I've gained a lot through this process. Got my license, a car. I'm holding a full-time job working in the MFG factory, and life just keeps getting better. I'm so blessed to be in this process. It truly saved my life. When I came into this process, I wasn't willing to quit using. I didn't surrender to the drugs. It was this process that made me surrender because I wasn't willing to go to prison. You know, I did go to jail. I did go to Turning Point for 90 days, and I went to the whole Quarterway House for 9 months. And every step of it was amazing because it made me realize more and more about myself. And it's just how truly grateful I am to be able to have a second chance in life today. Looking ahead, I would like to get a house for me and my children. Continue working my job, but I want to go back to school. I want to get in the nursing field and just go somewhere in my life.
What would you study going back to school?
Nursing. I went to college for 4 years in the past, but I ended up dropping out. What made me realize going to church, and I had a spiritual awakening in there. I prayed with my pastor one day, and after that I went to jail a few days later for using while I was in drug court, and that was my spiritual awakening. I talked to some girls in there, and they made me realize that this wasn't the life for me, and I could have a much better life if I just gave up, and that's what I did.
Okay, Kristen Kranauer. You've just done so well in this program. And working now, still working third shift? So you worked last night?
No, I took last night off.
You took last night off? Okay. So congratulations. Let's hear your valedictorian speech.
I'm kind of really nervous. I just want to thank all the drug court team, Judge Mackey for putting up with me for 21 months, Stephanie, Mackey, Jason, Dia, thank you so much. You know, when I first came to the rooms of Stepping Stone, just seeing your recovery, I wanted to do that so bad, and you know, you made me open my eyes a lot. Lois, I love you from the bottom of my heart, thank you. My amazing sponsor, thank you for being here today, Sue, and Wanda, thank you so much for coming.
Well, Kristen, you too are in the diversion program, and as a result of your successful completion of drug court, the charges of possession of heroin and possessing drug abuse instruments are gone. They're wiped away forever. Congratulations.
Lindsay Foglio, front and center. And I'm very proud to award a certificate of achievement to Lindsay Foglio for successfully completing all the requirements of Ashtabula County Drug Court. And you are another person that I've just seen evolve into the lovely woman that you are today. You know, you've been in drug court for...
I'd say about a little over a year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half, yeah. And it's just the change and how you're doing, and so we're very proud.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead. I want to hear your speech.
All right. Well, just basically grateful for the opportunity that I was given, because without it, I would not be standing here where I am today. You know, the sky's the limit, and, you know, I have, you know, nothing but open hopes and goals and dreams that I will achieve, and it's all because of this program. I discovered myself, not only overcoming an addiction, which, you know, we still work on every day, and just definitely the drug court staff. I mean, there's a point when you have to come to work and do your job, but when you go above what's expected of you and actually give your heart and soul to people like myself, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Well, I wanted to get her permission first, but I'm not going to say it. So. Lindsay, congratulations. The charge of felony theft has been dismissed with prejudice.
Thank you so much.
Jacklyn Fusco. Certificate of Achievement awarded to Jacklyn Fusco for successfully completing all the requirements of drug court. The same thing. It's just amazing to see the evolution from the time you started. That was about 18 months ago.
I believe in me when I didn't believe in myself. I thank everybody.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you. I will.
Jackie, you too had a felony charge. That, in your case, it was possession of cocaine. And that felony charge has been dismissed with prejudice this morning. So congratulations.
Okay. Certificate of Achievement awarded to Nathaniel Poff for successfully completing all the requirements of County Drug Court. And I think you went through in a very short period of time, too. You've been in drug court for how long?
19 months.
19 months? Okay, I was wrong. I was trying to remember the sanctions, but that must have been early on, because you haven't had any issues, really. Yeah, okay. All right, congratulations on that. You're here. So let's hear your speech, right?
I'm not much of a public speaker, but this program has given me a chance and opportunity to change my life, go through life without having to have a record. When it first happened, I was like pretty much just accepting the fact I'm going to have a not going to have a clean record. I'm not going to change. I didn't see any hope. Figured I was just going to be doing the same thing my whole life. And I didn't even try getting a job, didn't try doing anything positive with my life. And then I got into this program, and it's a little rough start now, but now I got responsibilities, I got truck like bills that I got to pay, and I actually pay them each time. A job that I've held for almost 2 years now. I'm really, that's really all I got. I want to thank Jason and Dia, they're there from the start. Lois has been there. Judge Mackey put up with me, and appreciate it. That's all I got.
Great. All right.
Well, Nate, I can see you've been bulking up, buddy. You're working out, that's good. Because you didn't look like this when you first started this program, did you? No. Your charge is a little different. You were not only using, but you were trafficking. I believe that the reason I bring that out is because it sends a message that even those who are using and trafficking and low-level felonies can go through this program and be successful. But we monitor that very closely, the team does. So on behalf of Judge Mackey, your trafficking in marijuana charge has been dismissed with prejudice. Congratulations.
My name's Newsome Jr. I'm gonna explain a little bit what my life was like before drug court. I was in a very dark place for a very long time. Everything I did, the root of my problem was selfish and self-centeredness. I don't think I did anything that didn't involve self until I started doing 12-step work. At some point, I made a conscious decision to change. I didn't like where I was at anymore. I didn't like the way I felt anymore. And I knew I had to surrender 100%. So I did. And when I did, it's kind of like a paradox of AA, in surrender we find victory. Doors just started opening for me. And I would get a little bit, and I would be cautious, but then I would move forward, and a little bit more started happening for me. Doors started opening, and at some point I just couldn't get enough of it. And you know, I work a 12-step program in my daily life. I'm a witness to say that it works. I've been charged in my life with 24 felonies and 28 misdemeanors, and you know, the people on the drug court team at the beginning didn't even want me. They didn't even think I was worth it. God was working through them, and the chance was given to me, and I took advantage of that chance, and it became natural for me. And I'm very grateful for where I'm at today. I feel whole. My dad had a disease of alcoholism, and I think as a little kid, I was like, I would do things, and I know it was the disease now, but I would get shut down. He would shut me down when he'd be drinking, you know. So I was one of them kind of guys that I just wanted someone to love me, just to give me that chance. I had a lack of emotional balance in my life as a young kid, and even growing up as a young man. And I think once I started seeing that, my sponsor, Keith Appleby, I love him to death, and he loves me to death. It's like he would do things for me. He would take me to dinner, take me to Punderson, you know, which is like the holy grail of recovery around here. And once I started, he would see, you know, a real leader praises in public and disciplines in private. I know that for a fact. So, you know, taking all this information I was given, and you know, and actually starting to use it, when I started doing things, and it was like, it was noticed, that made me want to do more good things. You know, and I just want to do more good things, and just, I kept moving forward. Because in recovery, I'm either moving forward or I'm moving backwards. Now, this is serious business. And at the same time, you know, people tend to think, you know, that early on, well, the 12 steps, that seems like a lot of work, reading this book. Actually, you know, all it replaces is the thoughts in my head about self. You know, self-centeredness is the root of our problem. So if we get a closer relationship with God, you know, our thoughts start to become unselfish. It just replaces that, is all it really does. I'm confident today, but not cocky. You know, I can sit down, I can go to a stranger on the street, I can talk to anybody and feel comfortable. I can walk into a room of people, I can sit down at a discussion meeting and feel comfortable with that. You know, the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous talks about, you know, we use tact and common sense, and love and tolerance is our code. You know, so I took the suggested steps. You know, I took what was suggested of me, and I work at that. And yeah, I mean, it's before, you know, I secretly didn't like me before. And I was afraid if you knew what I knew about me, that you wouldn't like me either.
So what do you see ahead? What lies ahead for?
I've been told this by the guys that have went before me. I haven't even scratched the surface of the good things that are going to happen. You know, I just need to keep moving forward, stay in today. You know, we hear these cliches all the time, these one line, but you know, they say them for a reason. You know, I've been able to gain a closer relationship with God, and to the point that I'm God conscious, and I try to take it every situation at a time, because you know, really yesterday, we only live in this moment. I'm only living in this moment right now. That's all I have. So I take one situation, one moment at a time. You know, you plant good seeds, good crop's going to follow. You know, that's just how it is.
Well, your story is a little different than everybody else's, because when you talked about the secret indictments,
yeah,
my office did not want you to be in drug court.
Understood.
Seriously.
I know.
We did not want you, Barry Newsome, to be part of this program, but you proved us wrong. You proved my office wrong, because the light bulb went off. And when we talked in drug court team meetings about certain individuals, we always refer to Barry Newsome about the light bulb going off. It happened. All of a sudden it happened. And for you it happened. And we recognize that. So you're a post-conviction graduate today, meaning that you stand convicted of the charges that were filed against you, but you, as a result of the successful completion of drug court, you have been released totally from supervision. So on behalf of the drug court team altogether, I want to say congratulations. God bless you, brother. Thanks, man.
Okay, Trav. Certificate Achievement awarded to Travis Hayford for successfully completing all the requirements of Ashtabula County Drug Court. Congratulations, my man.
Thank you very much.
You've been with us for 2 years.
26.
26. You're a graduate student.
Yes, sir.
And your lovely wife, Barbara, graduated last summer.
13 months.
December last year.
Okay, all right. Well, you're doing great. Let's hear your speech.
Well, a lot of good speeches I heard today. It's hard to follow up on all those. I'm just going to pretty much say how my life was before drug court. It was pretty dark and hopeless. There was a lot of chaos. And, you know, I've been in jail and out of jails. And all that does is just keep you sober until you get out and come back at it again. And drug court actually gave me the chance to live life sober. And that really works.
Okay.
Thank you. Amen.
Well, Travis, you also are part of our post-conviction program. You do stand convicted of the charges that were filed against you, but you are now successfully released from the probation and the conditions of community controls that you had to satisfy. So, as a result of graduation, 26 months later, buddy, you're done. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
We are now going to hear the full Tom of Man.
Bring it home.
Where'd all these people come from? Let's see. I want to start off by thanking the whole drug court team as a group, especially Dia. She started off my whole thing. At the very, I've been using for almost 20 years, and I came to the conclusion that I would just die using. So I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know there was any way. I had my group of friends, places, people, places, and things that I had just said that I was going to be that way the rest of my life. And then I earned a charge of felony possession of heroin. Mind you, I've never used heroin. But if that was God doing for me what I couldn't do for myself, because I've laid in my bed and I tried to go to sleep, wishing I could just stop. I wanted to stop. And here I am. Proof that it is possible to stop. It is possible to recover. I've made new friends through this process. I'm a work in progress. The whole time at drug court has not been the clean slate that you heard from everybody else. It took me getting slapped in handcuffs for a few times, and for me to actually decide to completely surrender, to the fact that I'm an addict, and I will be the rest of my life. I just appreciate the whole thing. I appreciate everybody in this room. Everyone here has touched me in a certain way that it's helped me. And, I will be forever grateful. I really can't say anymore. I'm also grateful because we got the sidekick.
Well, Tom, I know I speak for the drug court team when I say that we're going to miss your comic relief. You always had something funny to say to Judge Mackey when you were in court, but it was always respectful. And we are going to miss your recruitment efforts because you recruited so many people to employment at MFG. I think they should hire you in human resources. But honestly, I say this from the bottom of my heart and everyone here that it's my honor to give you this because you really have come a long way, and I'm really happy to give this to you, and it's an honor for me to give this to you that your possession of heroin charge, felony possession of heroin charge has been dismissed. It's gone forever. So
excellent.